So, what you're looking at here is the brand new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus, and honestly, it might just be the one I'd recommend to most people who are eyeing Samsung's latest lineup. It's got pretty much all the same features, chipset, and specs as the Ultra version, but the kicker is it costs around $300 less. I've had the chance to get some hands-on time with it before launch, so I've got a bunch of thoughts. Some things I love, some things I don't, and a lot of cool new features to dive into. First up, the design. You're getting a 6.7-inch Quad HD Plus Dynamic AMOLED 2X display with a smooth 120Hz refresh rate, the usual Samsung greatness. It's the same display we saw in the S24 Plus, so no surprises there. The phone comes in icy blue, navy, mint, and silver shadow. It's also about 7 grams lighter than last year, a bit slimmer, and the edges are more rounded. The front has Gorilla Glass Victus 2 and color-matched armor aluminum rails on the sides. As for the design, it's pretty similar to last year's model, with Samsung focusing more on internal upgrades this time around. On the back, we've got the same camera setup from last year. 50-megapixel primary, 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and the 10-megapixel telephoto. Not a huge change here, but there are some new features like on video, to reduce noise and blur in low-light video, 10-bit HDR video, and audio eraser, which lets you remove or adjust background noise like music or wind. Also, generative edits, like Magic Eraser, got a pretty significant upgrade, helping with things like removing unwanted objects or filling in backgrounds. The telephoto lens is one thing I'm not totally sold on though. A 10-megapixel sensor for a 3x zoom just feels a bit outdated for a 2025 flagship, but I guess that's Samsung's way of pushing people towards the Ultra if you want crazy zoom capabilities. Now let's talk about what's inside. This is where the S25 Plus really shines. It packs the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, one of the best Android chips you can get this year. It's built on a 3nm process, so battery life should hopefully be improved. There's 12 gigs of RAM and either 256 gigs or 512 gigs of storage. If you're into gaming, the vapor chamber cooling is 15% bigger than last year, so you shouldn't have to worry about overheating. We've got 5G support, Wi-Fi 7, and a 4900 mAh battery, which should keep you powered throughout the day. And unlike the base S25 model, this one has ultra-wideband, so you can track things like Galaxy tags with precision. Now, the real game changers here are in the software. There are 4 major features I want to talk about. Now brief, this is a lot like the feature I loved on the Pixel Watch. Essentially, it's a quick glance at your day, what the weather is, how well you slept, what meetings you have coming up, and more. It gets more personal as you use it, learning your habits, and giving you useful info like directions to your flight or upcoming events. iAgents, Samsung's stepping up their AI game this year. iSelect is one feature that lets you interact with anything on your screen. You can copy text, summarize info, and even create GIFs right from your screen. You can also do some neat things with AI search through your photos or settings. It's pretty awesome for quickly finding stuff. Integrated AI platform. When you long press the power button and to do something, it connects to various apps like Spotify, WhatsApp, Google Calendar. You can ask it to do things like find restaurants or summarize videos, and even send it all to your friends. This is still evolving, but the potential here is pretty exciting. Personal Data Engine. This is like your phone's very own AI assistant. It learns your habits over time and will suggest routines based on things you do often. Like if you always turn on your robot vacuum after work, the phone might suggest automating that for you. It's all done locally on the device, so your personal info stays private. The price is still $999, just like last year, but the great news is you won't have to pay full price if you know where to look. Samsung often has trade-in credits, student discounts, and other bonuses that can save you some cash, so keep an eye out for those. So, here's the deal. Samsung could have added things like an anti-reflective display or a periscope lens for more zoom power, but if you're not sweating those things and want a solid flagship phone for a lower price, this is an absolute steal. You're getting pretty much everything you want from a flagship phone minus a few of the bells and whistles from the Ultra. If you're interested in the full Samsung lineup, I've got videos for the S25, smaller version, and S25 Ultra coming soon, so make sure you're subscribed for those. That's all for now. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me compare this phone to, and I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, take care.